Oh, boys, Christ so foosballers to this week's fixture between Poole Town and Merthyr Town at the Black Gold Stadium in the Southern League competition. Getting a bit emotional here with the boys from back home visiting, so I'm off to watch Zulu, Twin Town and my Betamax videos of Tom Jones. Over to Vinnie Jones and Craig Bellamy for some stats. Over to you, boysos.
Oh, Steve, what an emotional and patriotic introduction that was. You've almost brought a tear to my eye. So, moving on to the football business. I'm covering for Sean this week on the Dolphins. Following Saturday's dominant 2-0 victory over Swindon Superring, where if you've seen the highlights you'll see they absolutely ruled it from start to finish, I can only see a home victory here. I'm going to go for a 3-0 win. I can't see the boys from the Valley getting much out of this trip. They don't travel well. But what say you, Aaron?
Well, we're hoping that their bus doesn't break down this time on the way into the city of Poole. But Merthyr, also known as the Martyrs, yeah, they're struggling in recent form. I've got to agree with you. I think Poole are going to win this, probably 2-1. I think Merthyr will get one away goal, but I can't see them getting more than that.
If anyone was going to score, I would have thought Swindon Supermarine would have scored at the weekend, but okay, we'll see what happens. Do you want to take us home?
As always, this fine production has been brought to you by TB TV. Come on.
Okay, so the match got underway, and this first highlight pretty much shows you the story of the first half. Poole Town giving away possession cheaply and inviting Merthyr on and really, encouraging them to press forward. And to their credit, Merthyr did exactly that. They were chasing, harrying, and I was amazed that they managed to keep it up for pretty much the whole game. We might have had a different story had Brooks made more of this chance, but it looks like he jumped when he didn't really need to. That's my take of it anyway.
Home team, well done! Home team, well done!
So despite Poole creating a few half chances, it was really Merthyr that were looking the more dangerous, particularly through Ian Traylor. He's the guy that had the first chance that we saw, and then here again breaks free of the defence and rounds it off with a pretty tame shot in the end. But nonetheless, the threat was obviously there. Apart from the Brooks-headed chance that we saw earlier on, this opportunity for Harry Baker was probably the clearest cut chance of the half for the Dolphins.
Shit, it's cold at least go for our post. Be away. Trailer, get close to it, Trailer! Get close to it, Capillo!
The referee didn't cover himself in glory with this challenge. An obvious clash of heads, he's looking straight at it, but waves play on.
Injury! Ref, this blood, are you alright?
Thankfully, both players recovered, and Kieran Lewis, who suffered the most, was able to carry on in the game, albeit in a different shirt, for obvious reasons. By this point, we was about the half-hour mark, and Poole had kind of resorted to putting this kind of ball into the area, which the Merthyr keeper, Alexander Harris, was dealing with consummate ease. Answers on a postcard, please, for what Dan Summerfield is playing at here. Following that entertaining cameo, we were entering the 41st minute. And good interaction between the Merthyr front three. Owen Jones, not sure whether he got a touch or lets it run, finds Kieran Lewis in his blank shirt. He slots through in trailer, and that's a nice calm finish in front of Luke Kearney to put the visitors 1-0 up. There was a query as to whether Trailer was offside, so I've frozen it here, and you can see that he's level with number 6, Josh Leslie-Smith. So for me, that's a good goal and a good decision by the linesman. We're in the last knockings of the first half here, and that's a blatant body check for me on Josh Carmichael by Owen Jones. But somehow the referee gives it the other way, and Leslie Smith obviously disagrees with the decision, so gets a yellow card for his troubles. How's your luck? There's nothing like punishing someone for your own bad decision. Anyway, half time, Poole Town 0, Merthyr Town 1. This tackle from Swallow managed to get him into the notebook as well, although you have to say it's probably deserved. We've been playing about 7 or 8 minutes of the second half now, and it was pretty much more of the same. Being frank, it didn't look like anything that Poole were trying was going to get through that Merthyr defence. So, up steps Jack Dixon with an obvious shot. Obvious shot? Well, put it this way, Harry Kane would probably claim it.
Number 12, Jack Dixon.
Wow.
Now, as you'll be aware, they do say that you're at your most vulnerable when you've just scored, and it was the Lewis-Traylor partnership that fashioned this chance, which was ultimately blocked by Billy Maybury. Merthyr were now starting to play their best football of the match. This effort came from Kieran Lewis, feeding Jack-in-the-box Dan Summerfield, and that's a good save by Kearney. With about 20 minutes left, Poole Town started to turn the screw. Marvin Brooks again forces a decent save from the Merthyr keeper Harris, and the pressure just kept on building. The referee James Welsh and the Merthyr player didn't really endear themselves to Poole Town here. Play stopped here with Poole in possession, or kind of in possession. Quite rightly, stops play, guy gets treatment, drop ball, and then this happens. Now I get that he's not breaking any laws of the game here, but as a watching neutral, it just didn't feel right to me.
They didn't have to do it, you don't have to get the fine. Trying to face, that's it, left shoulder out, left shoulder out. Get to the ball! Get to the ball! Corey! Get over! Get over!
So referring back to what I said earlier, just before Dixon put his wonder shot in, this is an example that, you know, on another game, this goes in, Spetch notches get another goal, but when your luck's not in, your luck's not in. As you'd expect from a team looking to gain a valuable away point, they were doing as much as they could to waste a bit of time. But I quite like that little bounce. The ref added on 3 minutes. I didn't think that was sufficient. I was expecting more like 4 or 5, but there you go. And on screen now you've got another example of the time wasting. Who's going to take it? Not entirely sure, but you know, the ref didn't do a lot to hurry them along, let's just say that. Anyway, a reasonably well-mannered game, finishes 1-1, and all credit to Merthyr, they really dug in and did a shift there. So well done to them.
Have a safe journey, everybody. See you next Tuesday.